So today Apple announced a brand new iPad, and this one is for the students, for teachers, professors, or just educational purposes. And this is the budget-friendly iPad that only costs $329. And yes, you guys heard it right, $329. And this one here that Apple just announced, this was an update to the one last year that they announced. And my brother's asking me, like, what's wrong with it? Is there any like downfalls to it? Like there's any feature that they lacking? Last year they lacked the laminated display, Apple Pencil support, stereo speakers, all of that. But this one here, they improved it, obviously. This time we're featuring an 8 megapixel camera, 1080p HD video. If you get an LTE version, you have 300 megabits LTE, a compass, GPS, 9.7-inch Retina display, Touch ID, which I believe this is going to be first generation Touch ID, which you find on the iPhone 6 or 5S. And then you have a FaceTime camera, 10-hour battery life. I must say the iPad has one of the best battery lives, I must say. For real, I go all day without charging this thing. The A10 Fusion chip, keep that in mind. That's important to remember. A accelerometer, and most importantly, you have Apple Pencil support, which is the Apple Pencil is amazing. Where's my Apple Pencil, by the way? Woo! There it is. See the beauty of editing. Now this is a nice little skin from Slick Wrap, so it looked like an actual pencil. Nobody didn't comment about it yet, but I like it though, so who cares? It's what I like. Here's what you gotta understand with this iPad. You spend $330 for it, right? Or for schools, it's $299, $300. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe you need to enter in your school ID or contact the school to get that discount. I don't know, maybe I contact my school, see if I can get one, just to review it for you guys. And I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. But $330 plus you guys spend $100 for this Apple Pencil or $90 for school. That's still pretty expensive, and it's gonna just add up quick. And then you didn't even buy a case yet for this thing, or a keyboard case, which by the way, it doesn't have a smart connector on the bottom. So that little bottom connector, you can just plug it into the Apple keyboard and it's instantly pairing, no batteries to worry about. But with this one here, since it doesn't have it, you're relying on Bluetooth, and then you gotta charge a keyboard and you gotta charge the iPad itself. So, just keep that in mind. I just wanna open up your eyes because it's a beautiful price. It's a beautiful price point for an iPad, but there's a lot of things that you gotta really take into consideration. And not only that, by the time you turn around, you're spending maybe like about $500, and then you gotta include the taxes. So $500 for the complete package. And like I said, that's still good. That's way better than spending money on the iPad Pro for $650. And then you gotta buy an Apple Pencil. Then you gotta buy the keyboard case or case. Either way, iPads add up very, very quickly, I must say. But it's a beautiful, versatile device here. And the question is, should you buy this iPad, the iPad that Apple just announced, or should you go on eBay or Amazon or maybe even the Apple site on the refurbished side, buy an iPad Pro 9.7-inch? And me personally, I think you're getting a better deal on buying this iPad compared to this one that Apple just announced. Because reason being is because, well, you have the flash on the 9.7-inch iPad Pro. And also you have the stereo speaker, so I have a speaker grill on the bottom here, and I have a speaker grill on the top, so, quad speakers. You have the smart connector, most importantly, and this beautiful rose gold finish. So you guys can see this iPad is rose gold, and man, I love this iPad so much. And you only get in 3 color options. You get in silver, space gray, and the brand new gold color. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, that's the brand new color that is found on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. I'm very, very curious to see how that one is going to look, because this is the first rose gold finish that is like completely matte. Instead of having the glass back and then the sides, the whole thing is the matte thing. I really want to go to my local Apple store and see how that looks. The only thing that you get on this brand new iPad is just the A10 chip. Compared to this is the A9X chip. So the A9X chip is slower in terms of performance, but for graphical performance, this thing is gonna knock the iPad out the water. And you guys know what I mean by saying iPad. When I mean the iPad, I mean the iPad that Apple just announced today. But in terms of speed, it's gonna be fast. That's the same chip that's found on the iPhone 7. Now, in terms of RAM, I think it's gonna have 2 gigabytes of RAM, or maybe even 1. I think 2 gigabytes on the iPad makes sense. And yeah, but for the most part, just think about it, man. Think about it for a second. Because I checked on eBay for the 9.7-inch iPad. You can find them for like about $375 or $400. And you know, that little bit of money, I think it makes a difference because you get in the quad speakers, you get in the flash, and I would say having a flash on your iPad is a complete game changer. Because let's say you're looking for your iPhone and you don't have an Apple Watch, because I know you have that Apple Watch ping feature. You're looking for something, not even your iPhone. You can use the flash. You can use the flash and look for something, and it's just so convenient just having the flash on the iPad, in my opinion. But yeah, the only thing that this iPad Pro is lacking is just the speed, but it's still fast though. It's still fast, but this new iPad is more future-proof, just a little bit. But I love my iPad nonetheless. But all in all, guys, I'm not stopping you from getting this brand new iPad. I'm just trying to open up your eyes and see the other sides of this iPad, you know. And that's about it. And don't even get me started with the iPad mini. I'm surprised Apple is still even selling those iPad mini, and it's $400. But here's the catch though. It's 128 gigabytes. Meanwhile, the new iPad that Apple just announced is 32 gigabytes. Oh my goodness. Don't even get me started with 32 gigabytes. 32 gigabytes in 2018 is nothing. It's nothing. 32 gigabytes is the new 16 gigabyte. Let me show you guys. This is my 32 gigabyte iPad Pro. And I'm going to take a screenshot of this so you guys can see on screen. I have 4.3 gigabytes left. 32 gigabytes is nothing. You're way better off getting the 128 gigabyte on your iPad, and that's gonna bump up the price to like $429, I think. I throw a price on screen. So you're looking about maybe, I don't know, $600. That's expensive for an iPad. And like I said, that's the same price of buying the iPad Pro, but yet I understand though, because you're getting a complete package for that price. But still, 32 gigabytes is nothing. I highly recommend you guys do not look at the 32 gigabyte iPad. And here's why. Look at my Procreate application, look at my photos, and just look at everything else. It's just crazy. Procreate take up a lot of space. Once you create different documents, I'm saying documents, or different projects, and you create different layers, all that is taking up space. And I can show you guys all my creations that I made on my iPad. I made a bunch of iPad videos, man, for real. I even made a video comparing a notebook versus an iPad Pro. I actually made that video. That video came out beautiful. I highly recommend you guys watch that before buying this iPad 2 as well. iPad Pro or iPad. It's kind of the same thing to me in a sense. Because if you're going to take it to school, it's kind of like the same idea video. Because think about it. If you're a student, you're going to be downloading Instagram, Facebook, maybe Twitter, a couple of games, and then not to mention the camera and the photos. All the pictures that you're going to take. Notability, it allows you to record what your professor is saying. So maybe if they're talking about a midterm project or something, you can actually record your professor or teacher, and then you can play back that recording once you get back home. Handy dandy feature, I must say. And here are all my notes. I'm taking another screenshot. And I love Notability so much, but once you have 100 different notes, it just adds up space. And then once you use the voice memo feature and then you add pictures on the notes, game over with the space for 32 gigabyte, for real. You also got to think about the long run too, because think about it, you cannot upgrade the storage. You get 32 gigabytes, you're stuck with 32 gigabytes. Get the 128 gigabytes, it's going to be worth every penny. Otherwise, you're going to be suffering like me. I regret getting the 32 gigabyte. Because I thought with this iPad, I would never use this iPad. I would never use the Apple Pencil. I just wanted to get this iPad for watching YouTube videos and that's it. But turns out, it's my notebook. I use it to take a lot of notes. And I'm using it for YouTube and just my media consumption. But yeah, it just adds up quick. That's all, man. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just, showing you guys the real situations of buying an iPad. It's just something that you gotta just think about for a second. Just think about it. The HomePod, I know I'm getting a little sidetracked. The HomePod costs $350 and this iPad is $330. The HomePod has an A8 chip. The iPad, the new iPad, has an A10 chip. And yes, I know I'm comparing apples and oranges here, but still, it's still a good deal. That's basically what I'm trying to say. It's still a good deal. It's a way better deal than the HomePod, I must say. So guys, that pretty much concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, I'm not trying to stop you from getting this iPad. I'm just trying to show you guys the realistic side of buying an iPad. You always gotta look at the long run. You gotta always look at the future. You know what I mean? If you're in high school now, you buy this iPad, maybe you're gonna use it for college. You know what I mean? So always look at the long term of things, you know? But I might buy this iPad. I'm kind of 80% sure I'm gonna buy this iPad just to compare it to my iPad Pro, see if it's a huge speed difference. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm really dedicated for this, man. I want to help you guys make the right decision. And yeah, what are you waiting for? Click on that red subscribe button as well as notifications, and drop a like on this video and comment down below because your feedback is always appreciated. Until next time, peace.